U.S. Navy P-8 flies over Taiwan Strait, causing China to scramble.
This post received a score of 15,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Causing China to scramble? Nah, they chose to. The P-8 stayed in international airspace.
FON, freedom of navigation, flights are needed to enforce international airspace. If a country claims airspace outside of international law and other countries let that remain unchallenged for a certain period of time, the international space is then given up to that country. The US does this on several countries and has for decades. China just happens to be one of the countries that could reach out and touch us if they get upset enough.
It's also how you deal with a rural neighbor trying to take some of your land via adverse possession. As long as you keep mowing your pasture, nobody can creep into it. I've always had a neighbor that mows a foot into my yard, so I mow right over the top of where he mowed.
Greater than it's also how you deal with a rural neighbor trying to take some of your land via adverse possession. As long as you keep mowing your pasture, nobody can creep into it. I've always had a neighbor that mows a foot into my yard, so I mow right over the top of where he mowed. I'm not sure if this applies to your geographic area, but those assholes always remember where the property line is when it comes to clearing snow.
Relax, China. It's a P-8. Unless you're in a submarine, you're in no danger. And since your submarines suck, the P-8 is the least of their problems. Edit, bots have been deployed. ? China
is still reeling after the last P-3 incident. I'm not sure what interpretation from the Chinese is worse. Giant 4-engined prop plane maneuver kills a supersonic jet interceptor. Supersonic interceptor unable to get out of the way as a giant 4-engined prop plane makes a wide turn.
It's like one of those football videos where you see a player touch a player on the other team on the shoulder and they flop on the ground and act like their arm has been shattered.
Today I learned P3 is short for CP3. Fuck the Suns.
I legit pictured CP3 hitting DeMarcus Cousins on the chest and flopping.
Provocative is flying a plane over international airspace, but flying spy balloons over everywhere and anywhere you want is not. Give me a break.
They are going to shit themselves when we unleash the Macy's Day Parade balloons.
99 giant poo balloons.
I know I'd make a terrible president because I would 100% float spy balloons over China in the form of Winnie the Pooh parade balloons just as a tit for tat. If global politics is going to get petty, might as well go all in.
And just one balloon of Chairman Mao to throw them off.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.